and welcome back to On Track GP. I'm joined by Matisse and Joe. Now, I'm going to fire at you some planetf1.com conclusions. Now, you may agree, you may disagree, but you're going to have to tell me why you do or you don't, basically. Okay, quick fire questions at you.
All right.
Are you ready?
Ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to be disagreed.
Ready, warmed up?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, all right. Matisse, Red Bull are the new Mercedes. Mercedes are the new Red Bull.
Wow. Okay. Do you know what? As a Mercedes fan, I'm going to eat humble pie and say that's correct. They're clearly the fastest on track. They're blowing people away with the engine, with the speed, with the engineering side of things. No one can seem to keep up. And they're dominating races every single weekend to the point where we may even get a little tussle from the front row between the two top drivers. I think they still have a long way to go in terms of eclipsing and equaling because, of course, in terms of the amount of years of dominance, they're not there yet. But they have had that previously with Vettel and Webber as well. So I'm fine with that. And obviously, yeah, Mercedes are hopefully going to be the second, but obviously they've got Aston Martin. So yeah, I think that's a fair statement.
Okay, so that's a true statement. Joe?
I think I agree with everything you just said, but I got a sneaky feeling Aston Martin are going to cause Mercedes some problems. So I can see Aston Martin being the second team and Mercedes not being the second team.
They have our engine provider. They're not allowed to do that.
Well, they're doing it.
We love to see it.
Turn them engines down right away.
Well, it's also baby Red Bull, so it's kind of like a hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Aston Martin right now anymore. Forget it.
Okay, right, Joe.
Yeah.
Fernando Alonso has finally made the right F1 career choice.
I mean, he's definitely made the right career choice going to Aston Martin. He obviously had a conversation with Big Daddy Stroll and was convinced correctly. But he won 2 titles before, so he must have made good career choices in the past as well. I wouldn't say it's finally the right choice, but I would say definitely this is a good choice for him.
Matisse?
Yeah. I would agree with you. I'd say a world champion has definitely made right decisions along the way in his career at some point. So I wouldn't say it's finally, but I would say that it's unexpected because when he left Alpine, I was a little bit shocked. I thought he maybe moved for the money a little bit, and it was a bit of a gamble because Alpine really had a strong year and they looked like a strong car and they were going to move onwards and upwards. But this has been an incredible move because he's literally put himself in podium positions, and even sometimes when you think he's not going to get it, he still gets it.
Yeah, he is unbelievable what he's doing, and fair play to the car, to the driver. Good on him.
Yeah.
Okay, Matisse, it's a long road back for Ferrari and McLaren.
Oh, well, that's true for McLaren. Ferrari, I don't want to put you in the same group. I think that would be incredibly disrespectful. McLaren, you guys, I don't know where you're going, honestly. I really hope it's not the next Williams, but they are so poor right now that, you can never say never. I never thought Williams would end up where they are when they had Bottas, when they had Massa, but they did. So, and you can't rule anything else. I'd say it's partly true. Because I don't want to put Ferrari in the same sentence as McLaren. I don't think you want that either.
No. I generally would agree with you. I think McLaren were given a lot of help by the crazy red flag situation and scored double points in Australia a couple of weeks ago. And that will give them a little bit of confidence, I think, as well. So maybe we're going to see a little bit of a McLaren resurgence there. And they are 2 good drivers there as well.
Yeah.
We definitely know Norris is a good driver. Kind of, we'll see about how Piastri develops. And Ferrari, oh my God, it's a fucking long way back.
Long way back to where you thought you
were. Yeah. I think I would say I'd maybe even say that I think Ferrari are having in comparison to where we expected them to be, worse start to the season than McLaren.
Wow.
Woo!
Bang.
Fiery.
Damn.
All right, Joe. Okay. McLaren and Haas driver changes have already been justified.
Haas, 100%. Brilliant. They'll be buzzing with Magnussen and Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg's on the same amount of points as Charles Leclerc.
I love Hülkenberg.
I mean, unbelievable. I mean, they're both. It's not they're on big points; they're on 7. But seven points for Haas.
7 for a Haas. Unbelievable.
Good. Yeah.
Definitely Haas. McLaren, Norris, we know is a good, consistent driver in a difficult car. Piastri, I'd still say yet to be seen. I think with Piastri, I like him, and he's obviously so much ability and skill that he had in his F2 career, and I hope that can transfer over to his F1 career, and we'll see that over the next. Ask me in 6 months.
What do you reckon?
Piastri, too early to tell. I think long-term investment clearly, but I haven't seen enough from him yet to say that it's the right move.
Have you seen enough from Piastri to compare him to Danny Ricciardo though last season?
Good question.
I feel like Danny Ricciardo for me was becoming a very, very frustrating driver in terms of I just didn't know why he wasn't able to perform. And he was such a top driver, but I don't know if the hunger, the motivation maybe left him and he needed to take a break. So I think, already just the fact that you've got somebody that's clearly committed and on an upward trajectory, I think it's definitely a good move on that side of things. But now I'm hearing Ricciardo wants to come back into the sport, or he may miss the sport. Already.
3 races
Hey,
in.
it's only been a couple of races, mate. You know what I mean?
You've got 20 to go.
Good on, mate. It's only been a couple of races. Like, we've still got the whole season to go. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, crazy.
One of the most underrated stars so far of 2023 season, Yuki Sonoda. Is he finally coming of age?
Yeah, I mean, he's very unlucky not to have had points from every single race, to be honest. Got a good, well-deserved point in Australia a couple of weeks ago, and an 11th in both races before that. Really tough. Yes, he needed to step up this season with Nick de Vries coming into the AlphaTauri and be the number 1 driver, and he is. And I hope that things work out for him there.
I'd say, like, statistically, his swear words per lap is dropping. You know what I mean? So
His aggression per lap.
Yeah, his aggression per lap. He's just I've definitely seen some bleeps on team radio, but it's not as much as usual. So I think it's a progress.
He's maturing.
He's moving in the right direction.
He is, and he's potentially dragging a very uncompetitive AlphaTauri into somewhere, even if it's finishing 10th into some of the points.
Yeah, even if you get a point, I think it's a great result. And I think with him, he just needs to keep his cool. He has missed out, like you said, finished 11th a couple of times, which is incredibly unlucky. Obviously, the last race, barely anybody finished. So the fact that he was one of them was great to see.
He deserved it, though.
He deserved it after everything that happened.
Yeah.
The fact that we only finished with 12 cars last race and he was one of them. That was good to see. Yeah.
Okay, another one for you guys. Logan Sargent is not a younger version of Nicholas Latifi. He does have some rough edges, but Williams have plenty to work with. Now, I know, Matisse, you love some Nicholas Latifi.
I do, which is silly because he's the one that cost Lewis the championship, really.
Yeah,
but
literally.
I just love the drama that he brings. Do you know what I mean? You just never rule out an F1 race with Latifi driving at the back of the grid, 30 seconds behind everyone else, spins into the wall, bang, red flag, everybody bunches back up. It's wonderful. I don't think Sargent can ever replicate what Latifi brought to me in terms of those joys and those moments. But I think it was Sargent that slammed into the back of someone on that one of those final laps.
Okay.
And it wasn't seen. Obviously the Alpines as well. But I think he was the one that also had a little bit of a touch on someone and didn't really get picked up because he was more towards the back of the grid. I think it was him. Comments don't destroy me if I'm wrong. I think it's him. But yeah, he's put in some solid performances already. So I think that's a fair point.
Okay, I've got a big one for you, Joe.
Oh God.
The Strolls have finally won F1's acceptance. Lawrence Stroll has built a force to be reckoned with Aston Martin, and Lance's determination to return from his pre-season accident altered perceptions.
Interesting. Acceptance, I think is the key word there. I would say, people are mostly going, do you know what, stand back, fair play. They've done an unbelievable job with that car. Alonso getting it on the podiums, and as you said, Lance as well, who gets absolutely hounded
for being daddy's boy.
He was dragging him.
He really was. He's bringing in points in a quick car. I mean, he's clearly going to be the number 2 driver there compared to the ability of Fernando Alonso. But I think people are going, actually, do you know what? It's one of those where you throw enough money at something and it works, unless Chelsea.
Oh, Joe, I like you more and more every time I see you.
What kind of channel crossover was that?
All right, I've got a big one for both of you now. Final one.
Yeah.
Matisse, you can start. When in doubt, F1 must err on the side of sport over show. Needless red flag finishes in Melbourne may have been exciting, but it left many struggling to take F1 seriously.
Facts. That's probably the one I agree with the most since we started this. Like, F1 is not meant to be some sort of soap opera. Do you know what I mean? Yes, there's going to be drama in some races, naturally, just because of the competitiveness and the crashing and whatnot. But not every race. And there's rules to follow. There's regulations. And I want to see the fastest driver or the best driver or whoever it is on the day actually get what they deserve. I don't want to see, in the last part of the race now, the FIA decide to, pull a fast one and bunch everybody up when they didn't need to, or put out they don't want to finish a race on the virtual safety car because it's not exciting.
Like, finishing the safety car.
If it has to finish under a virtual safety car, then that's exactly how it has to be. And if that scares the newer fans away, then then the sport won't be for them. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I agree. Not a huge amount to add to that really. I just think it is exciting when you get the crashes and the red flags, and you get a bit carried away. But everybody finished, to take the most recent race we had, the Australia race. Everybody at the end of that race was just left going so underwhelmed that they drove 50 miles an hour over the line. You think, oh God, come on. You shouldn't have done that. They didn't, wrong decisions and trying to looking to make
and also
Drive to Survive drama. That's what they want. They're looking to make it, exactly you said, like a soap opera. Oh, this will be good. This will be good when Netflix are filming this. Just do the sport. It's a sport.
To be fair, it will look good in Drive to Survive.
It will,
but it's not the point.
Also penalising people way after the race is over.
Yeah.
How many times have we finished watching a race and we're like, right, that's the result then, fantastic, we can talk about it. And then 2 hours later, actually, somebody's been taken off a podium or put on a podium. And it's like, there needs to be a cut-off point as to when you can make a decision. You've got this long, 15 minutes maybe, say after the incident, or 10 minutes, and if you can't figure it out by then you leave it how it is.
Well, we only need to go back a few races. We didn't know if it was Alonso, if it was Russell. We didn't know what was going on.
Russell took the trophy
Russell
home.
took the trophy.
Yeah.
Gave it back.
Do you reckon he had to like ship it to him? Or
He made a TikTok about it.
Did he?
Like of him like sending it over to the garage.
funny.
Ridiculous.
And make sure you get in the chat and let us know what you think. Also, for in-depth views and analysis, head over to planetf1.com for everything you could want in terms of F1, and we'll see you very soon.